entertainer without the beard.
Oh, you wildin'.
I need you here with me. Come on and share my world. That's what LOD Keith Murray in the house.
Real talk. Keith Murray in the house. And I'm Big Craig, of course, you know, and Craig Clifton Inc. is a nonprofit organization and our mission is to help improve the literacy of youth and adults, you know, in underprivileged, underserved communities. And it is of my personal belief that hip hop, you know, can improve a person's literacy skills.
Yeah.
Feel
the
me?
Collective cognition of the verbalization.
Verbalization, no doubt.
Cohesive cognitive of the verbalization.
Please believe it. Please believe it. So my first question, why you so nice at your profession? Uh-huh.
I've been all around the world here whacking fees.
Yeah.
The strictly do re mi fa sol love LOD. What? Battle me? Take this autograph home and give it to your family. And that's why I'm so nice. That was me, 50 Grand and Kel Vicious. Strictly love LOD. That's why I'm so nice. Because I've been all around the world here whacking MCs.
Yeah.
What? Battle me? Take this autograph home and give it to your family.
So yeah, but so real talk though, like what would you think back in them days? Because you was up, to me, bro, you was up against some monsters, bro. I don't know if it was 93, 94 when you dropped, but I know Nas was out. Man, I know Biggie was out.
It was 94.
94.
They dropped 93.
Yeah.
Biggie, Nas dropped 93, Biggie dropped 94. And those two was my two best friends. I used to hang out with Biggie and I used to hang out with Nas. Nas used to pick me up and drop me off at my house. I used to pick Biggie up on Gates Avenue and ride around and talk and go on tour with Biggie. Yes, we close friends.
Yeah. But then who else was hot around that time? Snoop was hot.
Big L was coming up.
Big L was, yeah, he was, you know, Big L was coming up.
Snoop was dropping.
Snoop was.
Redman's second album was dropping.
And man, your album, and then your album dropped, bro, and that beautifulest thing in the world. That was a bad motherfucker because you wasn't trying to sound like them. Like you said, you was rocking with them, but you still came out on your own. You didn't really feature them. You ain't, you know, your feature was your own clique. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Originality. I'm glad you said that because you cannot sound like nobody else. You have to have originality. But I did learn from the people before me, and I took bits and pieces from them, and I created my own style. And I put the EST at the end of most beautifulest. And said that it wasn't correct English. Now, I look at the Budweiser can. It says choiciest, EST. And a college professor told his students that I can do that. Keith Murray can do that. And then I broke the mold. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
First question, first important me adding to the culture of hip hop and my word penmanship. Because I write on paper and pen and I read books and I have an extensive library and I take art imitates life. Life imitates art. I take my life and I put it in my art. I take my art and I put it in my life. And I live vicariously through both of them.
Word. So like when that album dropped though, bro, it was so well written to me though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you.
Like Cube and Nas, they like my favorite rappers for all time, bro. But yeah.
That's funny you say Ice Cube. You see what's going on with Ice Cube? With the political thing?
Yeah, yo, that's crazy, right?
All right, we get back to that. As an artist, you have to check your ego at the door, and you can't bring your personal life and let it affect the artistry and the culture and the industry because you will have a black cloud over your head. So to all the artists and aspiring writers, be truthful on what you say. don't really like lie.
And Eric Sherman was in rare form on that production because your production, he produced that whole first album.
Yes, from albums. And that's another thing. Now it's a single game. We do albums to
Yes, sir.
continue legacy. If you listen from top to bottom, skits, sounds, tit for tat. Yes, he does the albums. And Redman put his hands in there. Then I have a few famous producers or some unknown producers that Eric would have brought or touched, but Eric Sermon predominantly does the body of work. It's a body of work. Me and Eric has a synergy. He's the go-to guy for Keith Murray. And I got a new single coming out with Mary J, produced by Eric Sermon, on my new album called The Most Ugliest Thing in This World, or When I'm With You.
I know it ain't out yet.
No, it's coming first quarter, like January, February.
When did you really know you was nice though?
Well, I have an uncle named Uncle T-Roy, the original B-boy. And I was like 9, 10 years old, and I would watch him and his man Richard. They used to wear the Kangos, the BVDs, listen to all the music in the early 80s, like 81, 82. They used to, and I asked them, how do y'all write rhymes and spit poetry like that? And he told me, grab a pen, write this down, read it back to yourself, and see how it sounds. It might sound like I'm just an MC, but I'm not. I'm a prince of poetry. So I listened to all the records, Cool G Rap, Mr. Magic, and Red Alert. My grandmother would go to work at the Patterson home, and I would listen to the radio, and I would listen. I would learn every word, every record on the radio at 9 years old. And then I would get a notebook and write the songs. And then I would remember it. And then Rock Kim, I remember Check Out My Melody. I wrote that. And then one time I was rhyming and I couldn't write a rhyme. I was so frustrated, like, ugh, because Check Out My Melody. I had to learn that. And Coogee Rap, Men at Work. And I started writing sentences. And then I was in science class and these words in English class, and I would be reading the book, and these words would come jumping at me. And then I heard Educated Rapper. He would come from UTFO.
Yes, sir.
He would come with these words, and then he was battling Roxanne Shante. And then I would come with 5 and 6 syllable words. And then I started singing because I heard Eric Sermon and Slick Rick. Eric Sermon said, I'm so amazing, and I've been waiting. And then I started being melodic and talking with my hands and moving in a melodic flow. And then I got into the rhythm. I was with Eric Sermon 2 years before I ever got on the microphone. I would have these rhymes. I have a bunch of rhymes and a bunch of words. I had more words than a sentence. It would go longer than a sentence. And he would break the words down and the sentence down and then chop my style down. And then he would put it to rhythm. He would I asked one day, because I'm from Central Islip, Long Island, where K Solo is from.
Okay. Okay.
And we used to be on Carlton Avenue, where we used to sell hand-to-hand crack to base heads that would walk up or drive in a car. And we would run up to the car and sell little pieces of crack to them. And K Solo would come around. And my cousin Wink is cousins with my best friend, Wink, Riley Cooper. It's cousins with Eric Sermon. So I used to run up on K Solo and I used to spit story rhymes. I used to say stories. And he said, Murray, you gonna blow because you tell stories. And then I heard Eric Sermon's mother move to the back of my town. I'm from Central Islip. I'm really from Roosevelt, Long Island. Right. And my parents moved me to Central Islip. So I was going to school there, and then I heard Eric Sermon's mother. Eric lived in Brentwood, and his mother lived in the back of Islandia, back of Central Islip. I said, Solo, take me to Eric. So I was driving my car. I had an Urban Gorilla, a Montero.
Okay.
With the wheel in the back. It said Urban Gorilla. I was driving down Lowell Avenue. I seen K Solo. He was talking to a girl. So I stopped. I turned around. I went, and I followed him to Eric's house. So we knocked on the door. We waited. And then from the bottom of the steps, I seen a big dude coming up the steps with green eyes. It was Eric Sermon.
Green Eyed Bandit.
The green-eyed bandit. Queso would say, yo, this is my boy Keith Murray. He want to come over here and show you some rhymes. So I went in the basement, the bottom of the house where Eric was at, and he had the Rolling 30 keyboard. I never forget it. He was playing beats. He said, okay, rhyme. I start spitting the rhymes I knew. Rhyming.
Yeah.
Then I left. He said, come back. Then I would put on a new shirt. After hustling of the block, I was going to school too. So remember, I was like 19.
Yeah.
Just finished in high school. I was going to college. My first year New York Tech, right down the street on Suffolk Avenue. And then I seen DOS Effects come over there with Redman, and they went on tour. They was packing their clothes and stuff. And then I went back to the block. I was like, ooh. And then it started happening. Then I had got into a situation where I went uptown, got some cocaine, came back to cook it up, but I didn't cook it up. Something happened with the house. So I left and the cops got behind me and they put 2 pieces of crack on me. Then they found the cocaine because I threw it out the window. My boy threw it out the window and I had to do 6 months. So I was in jail calling Eric on the phone, writing rhymes. And I wrote the most beautifulest thing in jail. That's psychosomatic with Little Jamal. And shout out to Little Jamal. It's Eric Sermon, Redman, Keith Murray, and Little Jamal. A lot of people don't remember Little Jamal. Jamal fades them all. He's the 4th member.
Illegal.
Illegal, yeah. They won the Grammy.
Oh, word?
Yeah, and a Billboard Award too. But Eric Sermon predominantly does the body of work. It's a body of work.
That's hard because
from scratch.
Because Redman album didn't sound like your album, and it was still hot.
Yeah, because he picked different beats for Keith Murray than Redman or Eric or EPMD or anybody else.
So in the Midwest, you know, we got the drill style, you know what I'm saying? We do the fast rapping joint, all that. But
yeah, I love that stuff.
But I still want our followers to know that it traces back to the East Coast. Feel me? We want people to understand the evolution of that. You know what I mean?
So, yes, when Kirk brought it from Jamaica.
Because in the 5 elements of hip hop, you know, well, you know, some people say 5. I thought it was 4. You could probably school me on that joint. I thought it was just MCing, DJ, breakdance, and graffiti. Feel me? So
what's the 5th?
Some people say knowledge. Some people say fashion.
Fashion is the way you dress. Knowledge is everything. It ain't like hip hop, b-boy, hoodie is however you dress. Your style is your style. And whatever come out of your mouth and you represent the culture, I can have a 3-piece suit on right now and talk to you and still be hip hop. I got on my Def Squad jacket though. I'm a casual thug, intellectual thug. You know what I'm saying? So no matter how you dress, you don't have to dress like nobody. It's your own style. That's hip hop. That's the 5th element.
So MC, DJ, breakdancing, graffiti, and fashion.
And how you dress, not how people think hip hop should look.
Yeah.
As dressing with clothes.
Yeah.
Not the couture god of hip hop saying you got to be like this. No, you dress any way you want. You could wear a suit jacket with a hoodie. You know what I'm saying?
And it don't take away from your hip hopness because, you know, like you said, it's from the heart, right? It's something that you feel, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I acknowledge that.
And how you hop.
Right.
We curse, to use lack of better words, but I'm an English major also, so we other words instead of curse words when we communicate, because we get further with sugar than shit.
But
Then
yo,
when I got out, I went to Eric's house. I was spitting rhymes, and he told me, Murray, don't come over here if you don't have no rhymes, because he heard everything, and I was running out of rhymes. He said, don't come around me no more if you don't have no more rhymes.
right.
So I was living with my grandmother. I went in the basement, and I just started writing rhymes. And then he just started matching me to the rhythm. And then EPMD had this little situation. They broke up. The police was trying to come get Eric. I was in the basement with Eric. A detective came to the house, knocked on the door. I said, yo, E, who's that? He said, oh, that's a guy, came the realtor to come by to sell a house. I said, no, that's a detective. Because remember, I'm from the block.
You know what
and
it
I
is.
know detectives. And I remember the guy. And Eric went to the door, and was showing me a gun he had. And he patted his pocket. And he told the detective, let me go get my coat. And then he went and put the gun away, and I left. And then Eric went to the precinct and went to Atlanta. And then I didn't see Eric for a whole year after that.
It's getting wicked out there.
And wicked.
What would you be doing if you didn't meet an Eric Sherman?
My grandmother and my mother was like, yo, you're going to work in school. You're not going to be in this house doing nothing. So I would walk to college. I was going to school for business administration because I got expelled from high school. I played soccer, track, and basketball, all league. I went to the all league. I scored 52 points in a game. Basketball. They call me Baby Jordan in Centennial Park in Roosevelt.
Yeah, right.
Word is born. I was Baby Jordan in Centennial Park in Roosevelt. You can go there and ask anybody.
You ain't got no skills, Joe.
I got my plaque, 1989-90, all league. Look it up. Keith Murray. I scored 52 points against Wyandanch. I'm nice with mine.
52 points.
52
Somebody let you put up 52 points on them.
Stop and pop. Word. And I'm still nice. So anybody who want to play basketball, all the college kids you got, we could do a charity basketball game. I'm still nice. I'm a Knickerbocker.
That ain't saying much, Joe. You should say.
My defense is tenacious. You see how your hat fell off? Your knees would break, and I would clap backboard on you.
You ain't doing that to me, Joe. You might do that to my little homies, but you ain't pulling that on me, bro. That's getting swatted. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My tenacious. And I'm impeccable. My offense is impeccable. But we're going to talk about that now. I'll break your knees later. I'm a Knickerbocker. Where you from again?
Milwaukee,
Buck? I know the Knicks suck, and don't bet them you want a tip? Don't bet on the Knicks in the fourth quarter. I'll give you a tip. Yeah, I know. I still got Madison Square Garden, though. The Mecca. I ain't tripping.
Oh, you got that, no doubt. That's all right, because the Nets got y'all. Look, you got where your Nets jersey at.
My Nets is playing, and don't talk about my Giants the Giants is my team, but the Jets is doing better. I know. Don't talk about the Yankees, and don't talk about the Yankees. That's another segment. We ain't gonna do this right now.
We'll get on the sports later because we just changed the whole direction, Joe.
Talk about my Islanders and the Yankees win. Now let's get back.
I know the Dodgers though. I know they.
Yeah, the Dodgers did their thing, and the Lakers did their. I love the Lakers. I love LeBron and everybody. I love it.
Back to the story though. Back to the essence. Let's get it. We can agree though in hip hop, man. That saved your life, man. Having that plug with E. Sherman.
Yeah, Eric Sherman saved my life. Oh, I would have been in school. I would have been business administration. I would have been a lawyer. I want to be a lawyer too. I have aspirations for that. It would take 7 years to pass the bar to teach underprivileged youth to navigate through the system.
Oh, yeah. Check this out though. I wanted to ask you that. Bro, you did that battle, right? You think Swiss Beats them owe you some money? That was like the first verses, bro.
The battle. Yeah, no, Swiss Beats don't know. Swiss Beats is one of my good friends. I met Timberland a couple of times. I would do a verses. I think me and Mr. Cheeks might be good on verses. But yeah, the battle. You want to talk about that?
No, not really. I'm just, I'm
Oh,
saying like as far as like,
yeah, that battle turned into all you could drink, all you could eat small talk. I was in there for 4 hours. The establishment, it would happen in Atlanta. They didn't have the money. They stopped it. Then they brought it to New York like a year and a half later. And then it was all out, all you can drink, all you can eat small talk. Ugh.
that could have been the template. You know what I mean?
You know what I want to see versus Redman and Method Man. They was the first verses because if you look at the magazine, I think it was the source of the vibe. I
Right.
think it was the source. It was the man versus man when they both drop and then they form voice. They form uh, a unity. Method Man and Redman, man versus man. That was the first verses.
Yo, what about you and Corrupt?
On verses,
Yeah, because you
I'm Keith Murray is a solo artist with solo singles. Corrupt is my one of my good friends, but Corrupt could not handle the remix king. I've been on too many remixes, have too many videos, too many singles, and too many meticulously chop your head off joints.
that's hard though because most people wouldn't be like, man, he can't see me, bro. Like 100. But Mr. Cheeks, I mean, you
He got records. I don't know. No, I don't know. Nobody can't match Keith Murray no verses because it'll be lopsided. Either you got a wow platinum singles, or you don't have singles, or you guys. I got joints. I could go for 3 hours right now. Chronologically, my career trickles down. I could go from Swing It Over Here, Redman and Eric Sermon, The Hostile Keith Murray every sermon, to the most beautifulest, to Get Lifted, to the rhyme, and then I could just start going down and down the list. I could hit him with the rhyme, Eric Sermon, then the remix, then I hit with the Mary J. Be Happy, then I hit with the R. Kelly Home Alone. It'll get ugly in there.
oh man, don't do R. Kelly Home Alone though. Don't do that one. Like,
Regardless of R. Kelly, he did what he did. Let's speak about R. Kelly too, because no, this is the first time I ever talked about R. Kelly too. He did what he did. No man had the right to judge for another man. He has to deal with what he did with God and those people. I can't judge him, but I know we got a banger, and that's my record too. So I celebrate that record, and it's the anniversary of that record. It's gonna be a party, y'all. Keith
yeah,
Murray rap. You can't deny that record, regardless of what he did. Those people got those ladies put their kids with him, and they say a pedophile or whatever. That's him and God and them people. That's personal. This is music business, not personal music business. You feel me? I can't drag that in. Like can't drag in what goes on in the streets, the black cloud over me that I'm getting over me from now. That when I was young, I grew up in public. You know what I'm saying? So I have a black cloud over me that's just lifting over me now with my new endeavors. People talk about what I used to do. What about what I'm doing, what I'm about to do? Bars. That man sitting in a cell paying for what he did. We ain't going to negate that record. That's my record too. And R. Kelly didn't produce that record. My boy, the G1 from LA, did that record.
a word.
G1 produced the record. And R. Kelly, he stopped all the publishing and everything. He froze the record at ASCAP and BMI. Nobody can get paid because he said he did it. R. Kelly's a piece of shit on the low. R. Kelly's a piece of shit on the low. But I'm not going down nobody. God forgive me for talking about people. They got their own mental imbalances. You know what I'm saying? I can't say what's wrong with a person's mind. I'm not God. I don't create people. I only create my daughters by the grace of God. I got 4 daughters.
And I guess that's why I kind of put myself in what I'm saying, in the shoes of the fathers of those daughters, bro. Like,
but the father should know. Don't put your kid around nobody. I don't care how old they are. Don't isolate them. Watch your kids, or they could be manipulated. My daughters would beat the shit out of R. Kelly right now. You touch me? What I'm telling my father. I tell him straight up and down. Nobody violates you. No.
Yeah, that's, man.
For lack of better words, fuck that shit. I got Brittany, Darlie, Madison, and Milan. Brittany is 26. Darlie is 17. Madison is 12. She about to be 13 on December 6th, and Milana be 9 on Valentine's Day. Anybody touch you or violate you, tell your mother and father we deal with them accordingly. It's the parents. The parents had wanted their, oh, yeah, let my kid go in there. Oh, let my kid get advanced. Oh, I want to get some money. Watch your kids. I don't care how old they are. I got a 26-year-old daughter. Somebody violate her, it's my fault. I got to deal with that. I got to make sure that she's not being taken advantage of. And her mind is not to go in, go run with that man and do something with some grown-ass man. Come on, man. Don't get me started, yo.
I'm going to get you started, fam, because I know you would bust R. Kelly in this shit.
I wouldn't bust him in his shit. I'll bust my daughter in his shit, and I'll bust him and I'll set him on fire. Both y'all motherfuckers is fucked up.
But yo, if your shorty underage, bruh, you really can't be mad at her.
She shouldn't be there. She should be under parent guide if she underage. Don't leave with a grown-ass man. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck if it's the only thing I respect is my daughters with their mother and their grandma. I don't care if they're uncles, cousins, nobody. Somebody violates you, you tell me. Before, my daughter know how to fight, and they're knocking their tear nigga midsection out, rip them out. Don't play.
Bruh,
I know you could get manipulated. It's different if you're in a situation. You train them beforehand.
You fucking something up, bro. Just be honest. You fucking that man up if he violates.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm fucking myself up for letting myself put my daughter in that predicament. It's my fault.
Keep it real, Joe. You fucking dude up.
No, I'm not. And go sit in the cell the size of a bathroom for the rest of my life because of my mistake.
No, but look, I'm saying like,
listen, the FBI is waiting. If somebody do something to somebody, you kill somebody, hurt somebody, it's your fault. You put yourself in that predicament. He's in a cell right now. These people are going at this man for something he had because he was scared he was abused as a child. Who did that to him? And y'all let him go and let the little girl go off and think it's cool? Where was the supervision at? Everybody want to cry victim. He's a victim. They're a victim. They all need to be locked up.
What you think about ghost writers and ghost producers, all that?
If you have a team of writers, there's nothing wrong with it. Cardi B, she got a team of writers. That's cool. She writes some things I don't understand. They got Grammys. They getting money. Drake, he got writers. But Drake, don't say you that nigga who could spit and you could sit there with a pen and a pad or come out your brain and say you the best. You're not the best if you got 4 or 5 brains in the room against my brain. My brain will take down 4 or 5 writers and any artist, rapper, MC. It's the difference between a rapper and an MC also.
Break it down.
It's rap. They sweet. It goes around candy. MCs move the crowd. Master of ceremony.
Break it down. That's the science.
Just high science.
You know what I mean? Yo, do you ever let somebody write for you?
I would. Redman write for me. Eric's write for me. We write for each other. We come up with ideas and stuff and hooks and stuff. It's all good. But predominantly, whoever write it, if you're not my brother and we're not in the same room splitting 33 and a third, I'm going to get my publishing. It's about publishing. When you write a song, you get 50% of the song of writing. A producer make it, he gets producer's credit, 100% of credit. And then if you use samples, whoever you sample, they take away from your writing. So the artist is the last to get paid. You got a gross and you got a net. And then your publishing comes in. And then you see what your participation is. You get out what you put in. You eat what you kill. There's a difference between a beat maker and a producer.
Break it down then.
A beat maker is the person who sits there and samples a record, put it through the MPC or whatever machine you got and hit the pads and arrange the rhythms for a song and the params. A producer is the person who may have a guitar player come in, a keyboard player come in, a writer come in, and an artist go in there and sing what the writer or rap what the writer do. There's different configurations to everything.
So I remember we chopped it up for a minute, brief minute. You said you was engineering now. What's that?
So the engineer is the person who make preparations for the session or the project. Okay, the artist wants to make a record. Who is the producer, the guy who's arranging everything, and who's the beat maker? He can be the producer. They can wear the same hat. Eric Sermon is the producer and the beat maker. Dr. Dre is the producer and the beat maker at times. You feel me? So the engineer is the guy who sits there and cut on the machine, plug up all the machines. He MIDIs the machine. He takes the keyboard. He puts it to Pro Tools. He turns the knobs. He makes the voice. He plugs the mics up, and he collaborate and everything as far as calibrating the guy in the booth, the instruments, the music. He rigs the band. I may plug the mics up to the band, like plug the guitar, the drummer, the bass player, the horn section, mic it up, put it in the sound booth room. And now you're in that room, I'm in this room, and I'm turning the knobs, and I'm making sure everything is to its decimals, so it's not hot flanging, and it's not too low, and it's industry standard, so it can go mixed. Every track, you might have 1 through 48 tracks or whatever, how many tracks you have, and then you can level everything out, and then you make the record, and then you send it to master the record so it can go to radio so the listener and the fan can hear it and you can sell the record. There's levels to everything. It costs about $11,000. It cost me $11,000 to be an engineer. 10 months. I got 3 months left. I'm actually in school touching knobs and learning, taking my notes. I got like 4 notebooks and I have to put it on my brain, and then I have to open up shop. Now, in the engineer, you got many different types of engineers. You got live music, you got studio, you got showcases, you got the podium, like when you see the president in them talk, the sound guy. You could put music in movies. You could put music in video games, which is $1 billion industry now. You know what I'm saying? There's different levels to everything.
And that's what I'm
As
saying.
an engineer, the guy who turns the knobs and make sure the sound is right for when it comes out the speaker is industry standard quality. So you go to Billboard and you can get a Grammy.
You own that. You at that level now. Starting out, bro, just from where you started to growing to be an
From a
engineer.
lyricist.
You feel me? Like
Yeah.
that just shows how much you love the culture and how much you love what you do. So with my classes, what I do is I tell them how the five elements of hip hop pretty much can encompass whatever they want to do in life. So if you're an MC, you can easily be a book author. You know what I'm saying? If you're an MC, you can easily, I ain't gonna say easily because poetry, like you said earlier, poetry might be a step above MCing, depending on who you ask. Starting out, bro, just from where you started to growing to be an
From a
engineer.
lyricist.
You feel me? Like
Yeah.
that just shows how much you love the culture and how much you love what you do.
You know what they say, right? If you want to hide something from a person, put it in a book, especially a black man, because they don't read.
That's facts.
All information is in books. You see this book? I advise. Read your books. Artist management, Donald Passman. Get your lawyer, get your accountant, get your bookkeeper. I got an extensive library. I got where's my Shakespeare book? I got all Barry Gordy, Russell Simmons, what they don't teach you in high school, with history. I got all types of the African Genesis. I got everything. I start pulling books out on you. Read, read, read. Believe half of what you believe. Nothing you hear. Half of what you see.
Yeah.
And discard what don't work for you when you read. Farrakhan taught me that. By the grace of God, I'm only here on the wing and a prayer. By the grace of God. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. You can't get all without spelling Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head. A-L-L-A-H. Yes. God, cipher, divine, good orderly direction. G-O-D, good orderly direction. And the people who, the professionals, I listen, I take advice. You have to take advice. Can't be Mr. Know-it-all. You might be the next guy who can help the people who used to do it or bring people up, but you have to be open-minded. This is a lesson. This is another message for the students. Take your time out. Look at your calendar for the year. Put it on your wall. See what you're doing every day and break away. Don't loft around. I'm doing this I'm waking up 7. I'm doing this at 8. I'm doing this at 9. I'm doing this at 10, 11, every day into the year. And then how many months it take in a year and how many years to do it. Look at it in hindsight and work backwards. That's how Keith Murray works. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot about feeling too. Everything is not going to be as you plan, but it's a better outcome when you step back and look at it and you feel your way vicariously and mesh through what you're doing. And take your time and don't be frustrated, because it's not a hurdle, it's a stepping stone to get to where you want to go. So if you got distractions and things is blocking you, you put it in front of you and you use it as stepping stones to get to the next level.
The next joint was that I liked was, it seemed like it was a prequel, I mean a sequel to the beautiful thing. You went back to you went back to the essence on that, bro. Like,
oh, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, a beautiful thing came out when I was incarcerated.
Okay, I could. You know what? You were spitting because you got that one joint on there about missing your peoples, man. I mean, it was so real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was in court and trial the day Enigma dropped. When Enigma dropped, my second album, I was in Connecticut in court by myself like this, looking at the judge and the jury going through trial. Eric Sherman was there and the family was there. They came. Eric put up my bail and my bond and everything. They supported me all they could. But when It's a Beautiful Thing came out, it was songs that I was recording that Eric put together. And I was actually on the phone with him while he was doing my skits and he was finishing up the album. And the Jive records really helped me a lot. They put the album together and they put it out. It's a beautiful thing. You know? And my fans received it well and it became a cult classic.
It is. How it sounds, you finna be up in the, you might fuck around and be a DJ or something too. Cause if you know how to engineer, you know how to produce, you in a whole nother ballpark now.
Well, so, I do know how to DJ, but it's just really not my cup of tea. Yeah. I have the turntables and stuff, and I have an extensive library of records because, like, my Uncle Bourne, who was the bodyguard for Big Daddy Kane, God bless his dead. Yeah, let's get I got 18 boxes of all records from now into the 60s, and I go through them. And I can go to the party. I can put on records. I know records. But it's just DJing is just not my cup of tea. But I could DJ. But I want the engineering and to be a lawyer.
That's movie. No, that's movie shit, bro. Like,
yeah, I got 3 more months. I'm good.
You know what I mean? That's movie shit. Like, my man went from a lyricist to a lawyer. That's movie level type shit, bro. And
It's just time. It's just time, preparation, and quietness and study. Do what you say you want to do and take the time out to do it. This is a lesson. This is another message for the students.
What's up with that battle with Kane though, bro? You Kane? Word?
So I never battled Big Daddy Kane. I had the opportunity to rhyme for Kane. Like I said, my uncle born from Canarsie, from Crown Heights. He was his bodyguard. So we came from Nassau Coliseum. I'm from Roosevelt. It was a Coliseum. It was the Juice Crew. If you look at it online, you might can find Cool V talking about it. But I have a video I never released. I was 16. I was in a room with G Rap, Biz, and Fly Tide. And I was rhyming. Then we went to the diner, and everybody was rhyming. And then Uncle Boone was like, Keith, it's your go. So I ran him, and scanned him, skin him, and spin him, and spin him, hit him, and hit him. Kane was like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 16. And then he was like, I'm 21, undone, unsigned. And my cousin Driss, God bless it, that I got goosebumps on that, jumped out, ran out the diner, ran out the front door. It was crazy. Yeah. Then they said I battled Kane, but I would never say I battled Big Daddy Kane. I had the opportunity to rhyme for him, with him when I was 16, and he liked what I was saying, and I got his attention. And then I used to see him, like I would be on 42nd Street drinking a 40, because I'm a 5%er also. And I have 40, he'd be like, I'm telling Uncle Boone you got a 40, because we wasn't allowed to drink beer and stuff as 5%ers and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I heard they shut New York down though, completely.
It's 10 o'clock. All businesses shut down again now, second wave, because New York is a lot of people, and the COVID is picking up, and it's 2 million people out here affected, and like 100,000 died or something like that. Rest in peace to Fred the Godson. He was a good friend of mine, MC, and
No
Andre Harrell. They passed away from COVID-19.
word.
Yeah, Andre Harrell used to be with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He had
Yeah, of
Uptown Records. Puffy interned for him. COVID. And you know Fred the Godson?
course.
He passed away from COVID-19.
I know I knew about it, and like you said, man, gone but never forgotten them brothers. But I never knew the official word. You know what I'm saying? They never. That was before COVID with Fred the Godson. Before they, you know what I mean? Before they really called them.
It was COVID when it first hit. Now they're saying the second wave, but it never died down. And there's red spots out. It's crazy, man.
Yo, that's man. What you think about that medicine though?
I looked at it. Donald Trump is a bad liar, and I don't know. But if your immune system is tight and you isolate and then you do what you have to do, you can be good. But my uncle passed away from it. His last name. My cousin Sean Kelly and my uncle ran a funeral home down south. He had COVID. He went through the isolation hospital. He was fine, came home, and he died. But my cousin made it through. Shit is real, man.
Man, God bless him, man.
I heard Jeremiah is on the ventilator.
Thought they said he was in the clear.
Oh, he got out of it?
I thought they said
His
he was
immune
out
system must be strong.
of.
You know how the news is like, yo, he's bad off, he's bad off, bad off. Good, I pray that he's good, good.
What you feel about your man Trump talking about? New York can't get the virus, can't get the medicine because y'all fronted on him. You know what I mean?
Trump is out of office, he's gone. And
Nah,
he'll be gone in like 40 more days.
but yeah, man.
Yeah, the hospitals, the nurses are dying, the hospitals is over flooded. I go downtown, it's a ghost town in Times Square. Ghost town.
Yeah, I can't imagine Vegas the same way. I heard, bro. Like,
Oh, word. My aunt live out there. But yo, you know what? They saying China created it, but you know that I ain't gonna get into political shit. But Donald Trump did killed that Muslim dude, and the Muslim dude partner and his daughter was like, "Yo, we begging y'all not to kill my father, or it's gonna be a plague release." I don't know about it. I don't know. This is just what I'm hearing, but
that's some naughty type shit.
you gonna have the FBI looking for me in a minute.
Nah, Joe, we ain't on no. Word to Allah, we don't want no problem with them people, bro.
But yeah, my daughters do viral school. They go to school Thursday. Milan and Madison.
Yeah.
One day out of this week now. It's crazy, crazy. It's a hot spots out here in Long Island. The line to go get checked when you leave is 3 hours to come back to go get checked and quarantine. I'm giving you the inside scoop. It's crazy. The mask, the people, the mask, you wear a mask 24 hours outside. No, you can't go outside. You could get fined. You get in trouble.
Real.
You'll have a mask on.
Man. So but hustlers gonna get it though. So I know it ain't really stopping you from getting it. I mean, so
Oh no, it's working. The internet now is virally figuring out other ways to substitute
yeah,
for that, for
yeah.
touring, because touring was the big thing for us. But we got a show coming up in 2021 in Paris. See how that goes.
What about the hit squad?
Keith Murray's from Def Squad. I never was a member of the Hit Squad. Remember, I was younger. Remember,
Yeah,
I told you I used to come to Eric's house and I used to see Def's DOS Effects and K Solo and them get ready for tour. And then one time I followed the tour of the Buffalo. And I used to be in a hoopty with Eric's cousin Tone Capone, following the tour bus until I got on the mic. I was with E for 2 years. And then Redman and DOS Effects and Paris Smith and the Knuckleheads, the Hit Squad went to Europe and Eric went to Atlanta and I was in the street. And then PMD came back to Long Island with a dude named Alvin Tony that signed Craig Mack to Bad Boy. And PMD tried to sign Keith Murray with a contract. I was like, I rhymed for him in the back of the car. He was like, yeah, we get the contract. I said, contract? I'm not signing no contract. I went back to the block. Then I went to Suffolk Community College and I waited for Eric Sherman to come back. And then he came back. And then I did Hostile. And then history started.
Joe, so they PMD tried to scoop you first.
He tried to scoop me from Eric when they broke up over the bullshit.
That's wild, bruh.
Yeah, people don't know that.
How you yo? You must have flipped your wig though. Like,
I was the type of guy, I'm a loyal person, and I know if you sign a contract, you bond yourself. So in my mind, I'm like, oh shit. I was just rhyming with the niggas and trying to see what's good. I would probably have jumped on a record or two, but he was like, contract, tried to get me.
whoa.
It would have been bad because I was a street dude.
Yeah,
It would have went to the guns.
yeah, yo,
Nigga, you try to trick me, nigga. I wouldn't have been stupid. I would have been my fault, though. Like I said, everything is your fault. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame people for your downship. You
yo,
got to be a man and man up and move forward and get over your downship and anything in life.
they tried to test. They tried to test you, bro. That was trying to
Yeah,
test.
but EPMD is cool now, and
Yeah,
Paris is cool with me now. I don't do business with PMD. I just do shows when they call me for EPMD or whatever, and I'm the last and lowest to get paid. But I love Eric and Redman's Def Squad so much that I go and do my songs. I don't trip.
yo, bro, you got bangers though. Like, you got real bangers. Like,
Thanks to Eric Sermon, he saved my life. Music is still saving my life. My new single is with Mary J. Blige and Eric Sermon, When I'm With You. It's just got to be cleared, and my manager is going to radio now, so look out for that. And the album, The Most Ugliest Thing in This World. I can't keep pitching it.
is that gonna be like a that ain't the retirement joint, is it? Is it connected
I'm
to?
not never gonna retire. As long as God give me air in my lungs, I'm gonna write songs. I'm gonna go do ghostwriting too for people and get artists. I got a new label coming out called Ghetto Mogul. The first single is called When I'm With You with Mary. Then I got a song called Ghetto Mogul, produced by Eric Sermon. Then I got a song called Fantasy with El DeBarge.
Hell, the barge?
Yeah, Eric Sermon pulled a rabbit out of his hat with that one.
That's ill, bro.
I'll
Yo,
be like, fantasize the world with no hate. The jealous really mean it when they congratulate. No bigotry, racism, love for all race, no prison gates. Strangers say God bless you every time that you sneeze. Yeah, it's really thought provoking. You know what I'm saying? I'm a writer and I'm a people's person. So it's music. I'm coming with real music, not just I'm coming with the lyricism, metaphors, vocabulary, bang your head off, but I'm also coming with thought provoking that will like philanthropic, heal the world, keep your head up type of music also. Keith Murray is a Gemini, and I got all different facets of thoughts and music. So I'm not pigeonholed to just one style. I'm a universal type of person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, yo catalog speak for itself. So now you know what I'm saying, you got that luxury, you know what I mean? You got that type of luxury where you can do that. You don't gotta listen.
Finally people starting to understand it because people just want you to hear a song about one topic, an album, cohesive. I'm all over the place, but it makes sense. It's order to chaos at the end of the day for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very thought provoking. And you get 3 or 4 different meanings out of one uh one verse, one line, one metaphor. It's just sporadically, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, connection wilding, fam. Let's see. Sum up. Your shit wilding. You hear
I
me?
don't know. What did you say? I hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, your shit was
What you
wilding.
say?
Nah, I was saying your screen was frozen. You was looking like Bobby Brown and shit. That
Oh,
shit.
yeah, I'm the Bobby Brown of rap. Shout out to Bobby Brown. His son just passed away. Condolences.
Condolences, no doubt.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. Your screen froze though. Your screen like, all right, go out and come back in. Let's see.
You want to hang up and try it again?
Yeah, go out and come back in.
Peace.
Peace, yo. You real, yeah, you sharp. You sharp now. We back. Yeah. What I was saying though,
I need you here with Keith.
one thing you said, bro, that I want my students to always keep in mind is that you said music saved your life. Feel me?
Yeah.
Music saved your life, bro. Music, man, kept you out the belly. You know what I mean? I mean, you did your,
Hell yeah.
you know what I mean? You did what you did, but for the most part, man,
And it saved me mentally. Like I can write my life story and put it on record and as therapeutic.
yeah,
And like when I was incarcerated, I got a letter from a fan mail. This girl said that she was gonna commit suicide, but the most beautifulest thing in this world video came on, and she didn't do it. That changed my life. It hit me left side like bang, and
man,
it gave me a sense of living to
yeah.
make me want to live more and do better.
And it's like it make your writing you more responsible with your writing because you know now the power in that shit.
Exactly, and I'm more honest. It backs the devil up off me too.
Real talk.
The devil works every minute on a person, but when people come with positive input, I'll be like, yeah, I rebuke you, devil. Thank you. I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. Because that's my grandmother's always taught me. I came up in Christianity church first and foremost.
Yeah. What you think about Jesus when they put the white man blue eyed Jesus up there? You think that's
That's
just
Mona Lisa and Caesar. They did that.
Caesar? Yeah.
Picasso and Caesar did that. Well, that's just my belief because that's I was told through my lessons through reading and understanding, and I see truth in it. It may not be. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't tell you. But
Yeah.
I believe, like like the whole black white thing. I'm not a colorblind. I'm a colorblind person.
No word? Okay.
Yeah, because black people treat you worse than white people or Puerto Ricans or your own family do.
We're gonna end it on this because you said something that I always tell my students, look, I always tell them just because I'm proud to be black don't mean I'm anti-white. Feel me?
Right,
So
right. And if you black, you better wish you was blacker. And I don't work for no goddamn stinking ass ... But yeah, it's no color lines. It's good. There's good people and bad people. Who just gotta weave them out. And it's all not bad cops. I tell kids.
I'm gonna let you go, man. Appreciate your time though, bro. Like I really, really learned a lot. I learned a lot more than I thought I knew. You know what I'm saying? And But
And me too.
if you
And I'm a student to the game, and I learned a lot too. So I look forward to the next session we have.
I feel like we gave students enough jewels, you know what I'm saying, that they can.
For now,
Indeed.
until about 3 months. This is a case study. The understanding months, yeah. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding 3, yeah.
Best part. The best part.
High science.
Indeed. Oh, what you think about Bus New? Oh,
Busta Rhymes always was on my albums. I was on his albums, and his albums is phenomenal. If you look at his albums, look at my albums. He supported me. I support him, and it is what it is. It's Busta Rhymes. It's Busta Rhymes. Yeah.
Give me your top 5 MCs, bro.
Keith Murray, Keith Murray, Keith Murray, Keith Murray, Keith Murray.
Besides Keith Murray, bro.
I don't have no top 5. That's impossible. I love everybody, but Chuck D, Rakim, Eric Sermon, Redman, and MC Ren.
Ren? You pulled a rabbit out the hat on that one.
Kiss my black ass.
You pulled a rabbit out your hat on that one. Top 5 producers.
Eminem, Jay-Z. Nah, the list goes on. But producers, Eric Sermon, Dr. Dre, Timbaland, Pharrell, and who's number 5? That's crazy. You got me on that one.
I got
you stumped me.
I got the great Keith Murray.
No. I know who. The white boy. Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin.
You pulled a rabbit out.
But you stumped me off at first. I had to rebuttal and had to jog my memory. You got me.
You pulled a rabbit out your hat. You ain't mean that.
Yeah. I pulled a rabbit at your hat when I Euro step you. Ugh.
Why did peace, bro? Peace, black man. Much love, man. I knew you was 100. I knew you was solid. You was gonna keep your word, all that.
Yeah.
Man, much blessings and peace to you, bro.
Yes. My word is my bond. I can't wait to see how this play out and what numbers we run up and who sees it. The world have to see it. In 8 months, I want to see where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
I'm striving to keep my students, man, up on what real hip hop is about. That it ain't just. It's a music component to it, but there's a culture side to it that's spiritual, it's political, you know what I mean? Is all that, you know what I mean? It's business,
integrity, resilience, perseverance.
Yeah, man. So that's the part that I really wanted to really scoop up out of this. And I knew my favorite MCs, the cats who I got in my top 5 and in my top 10, if I ever got a chance to build with them, that this is exactly what the outcome would be, bro.
I commend you on having students because you have to study. They rely on you.
Yeah.
You can't be flimsy and frivolous. You have to deliver for them students. And this is another thing for the students. You can go get a day job or you can make a job. My daughter's mother is a teacher.
Yeah.
Milan in Madison, she's a 5th grade special ed teacher. And her mother's a teacher. Teachers is very important. I'm very kid-oriented. That's my main thing. Murray love the kids love Murray.
I ain't gonna put it out like a whole, like we just done it like that. I'm gonna edit it, you know what I'm saying? My piece. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And then build anticipation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm the student, you the teacher. I get it.
You know what I mean? So it's gonna be like, yo, this part 1. This shit might go to part 15 or something. You know what I mean? Carefully edit all these jewels.
Oh, like that Vlad stinking ass. We didn't even talk about Vlad. He edited my interview, Vlad stinking ass. He edited my interview because he asked me a question and I asked him a question. He was like, how much I get paid for that battle? I said, how much did Rick Ross pay you sue Rick Ross? He got paid to start Vlad TV. He chopped that.
No, you did.
Then I was like, yo, this is DJ Vlad. When I'm in Russia, I drink vodka. He tried to make it seem like, yo, this is Keith Murray. When I'm drinking vodka, I'm on Vlad. He chopped my shit up, stinking sucker.
You my hat fall off again, bro.
I'm the hat falling off.
Bro, you did him like that?
I did them, and he chopped it so the world can't see it. But you got the exclusive. Vlad's a piece of shit. All right, yo, hit me.
100.
All right, one. Craig Clifton Inc.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Made it happen. We got to do this on a regular, B. Yo, what's up? This is Mr. Keith Murray shouting out Craig Clifton Inc. I like what y'all doing. I love what y'all doing. Stay positive. Each one teach one. And let's do it, baby.
Salute, bro.